Hi everyone, and welcome to this School of Light class with Goddess Hathor. So today we have one of our facilitators here, one of our members, Olia, joining us. Hi Olia.
Hi.
All right, so this is the second time Hathor has come through for us. In this session, she discussed how she would like to come through to assist us to experience and feel true freedom, which is our internal state. So to feel freedom, obviously, is to let go of control, let go of this limiting program that we've had over much programming in our society. So one of the ways to do this, she wishes to come through with techniques in relations to energy. She discusses how energy in movement is expressed through the body, light, and sound. So she's come through previous and discussed a lot about dance. So with also movement of body and light and energy techniques and sound. I'm looking forward to what she is going to discuss in it. And of course, there's always a surprise with all these sessions as well. So without further ado, I'll go now into trance and bring forth Hathor for you. Hello, my dear one. Hello, my beloveds. You are on a journey of discovering who you are. This discovery is eternal. This discovery is everlasting in the human experiencing. This discovery is the great remembering. For all that you are is already experienced within you. It is already experienced in the now. It is only delusions of your reality where you see otherwise, where you draw on other states of consciousness and dimensions in this time continuum to allow you to experience duality, only for you to discover oneness, which is the true state of who you truly are. You are energy. It is a dance of creation, the movement of energies, the movement of life force can never be constricted. It is ever moving. It is the laws of the universe. It is the laws of your reality. It is the makeup of your very nature. You are a combination of frequencies, energies, movements, and light and sound. You are vibrating evermore throughout all of the universe, throughout all of your perceived time, in the multiverse of experiencing. Mighty ones, you are here today. You are watching this. You are hearing these words because you are ready to know more of your divine nature. You have already gone through the inward journey and you've discovered much to understand, to realize what is reality, who you truly are. This is the way of the inward seeker. This is the way of you as an advanced being wanting to seek out pure bliss, pure joy in the knowing that you are source and that you are the ever powerful source being expressed in the perfect vessel that you are. You are the universe. You are source. You are expressed in your unique way because your unique energy signature allows you to expand your reality, allows you to remember oneness, allows you to play in this creative game of reality, to expand source, to expand all that is. It is with much love that we come through in this way. We have been with you from the beginning of the human experiencing. We have been there to assist you in the evolution of the human nature, of the human experiencing as part of the eternal Gaia, expanding through your perceived space and time. As you have breached across into a new earth, a new way of existing as a human being, a new human evolution, these golden points in your perceived time, these stages of heightened awareness in your human perceived history, is aligning to allow you to remember the wisdom that has already been there, that you are now being activated within you. So allow these words to further activate the remembering within you. Allow your heart to open. Allow your heart to receive this remembering. To receive the remembering is to unlearn, my dear ones. By unlearning, you remember naturally because you are naturally aligned to your source state. It is unlearning. It is letting go. And in this letting go, you experience freedom. Freedom is who you truly are. Freedom is grace. Freedom allows you to move through this human experience without the limitations of fear, shame, attachments, that allows you to remain in duality consciousness. You are one. You are expressing creatively in a dualistic nature. Use these elements creatively to allow you to remember oneness. This is why you are here. And through the creative process, using energy, using light, sound, and your human vessel within your body, you allow to tap in further into these frequencies, into the dimensions given to you to access your full power. And this is our intention to come through. on this human experiencing, this human evolution. We seek to guide you further into your inward temple, to allow you to experience the true energy state of you, the true energy state of Source, the true energy state of all that is. It is with much honor that we come through in this way, in this time of great remembering. Mighty ones, energy is all existing through every movement, through every breath, through every sight, through every experience. There is a movement of energy. This energy changes, this energy moves, this energy dances within your being, within all that is, creating the most beautiful tapestry of creation. It is the dance of creation. You have the creative powers to move these energies. Many of you are already utilizing energies of thought, energies in movements through the dancing and the feeling of the energies, through the thought systems, through you letting go of your fears, through you changing your thought belief patterns, through letting go of these imprints in your ego personality, in your social conditioning. These are movements of energy. It is a releasement to allow the energy within you to flow more freely in the state of eternal grace. Mighty One, we wish to elaborate on further techniques to allow you to experience what is oneness. Mighty One, we first would like to open this up to you, dear one. Was there something you would like to discuss today, Mighty One?
Thank you. I'm particularly interested in what exactly movement does to our energy and source self. I personally use dance, self-led and structured dance activities to be able to tap into the observer in me, and I find it extremely beneficial, although I would really like to know exactly the benefits of that, and if you've got any suggestions regarding practicing this.
There are many movements of energy. Dance is one form. Movement of the physical body is one form, because it is the creative experience as the human. Mighty One, with the movement, you are accelerating the energies within you. You feel this within your physiological sensations in the human body. However, when you feel and surrender through the heart center, when you feel the music, whether it is music through your human systems, whether it's the music of Gaia, whether it is the music of your own being, as you feel this music within your heart, as you feel the movements within your heart, you are aligning to your grace state. You are aligning to the subtle energies that govern your universe. You are aligning to the heartbeat of all creation. This is why when you move, surrender in movement. You move in many different ways. You move intentionally and unintentionally. You move through the heart-focused movement. in your practice, you move subconsciously in the habits of the mind, the programming. There are many different movements, but all is energy. If you want to create the act of movement in your deliberate creative exploration of freedom, connect with your heart, connect with your body, let go of the ego mind. Is maybe challenging. Perhaps practice this in a private setting until you feel more comfortable in letting go in front of others, for there is still conditioning in relations to duality attached to the persona, for this is the human experiencing. Let go. Feel the music. Hear the music. The music is always there, but are you listening? Let go of the distractions. Connect. Feel the rhythm. Feel it from your heart. And allow this energy to move you, not from the ego mind, not from conditioning, from the heart. Allow it to move you. As you move, feel the energies. Practice feeling the sensations on your skin. Your skin is energy. Practice the sensations as you vocalize. Layer this movement of energy with other movements of energy. Be creative. Use movements of light. Project light. Be creative. Do it through your voice. Visualize light all coming off your body. Be creative. Do what speaks from your heart. Your heart will give you the guidance. If you can let go of the ego mind and connect to the heart center, connect to the source of all that is, you will then connect to the heartbeat of all existence, which you will tap into from the heart center. Let go. As you move, experience the sounds. Open your, we would say, sensations. Open your perceptions. Open your eyes. Open your ears. Open your heart. Be conscious of your breath. Your breath is the most powerful movement of energy in the human experiencing. Practice this. Practice the movement of breath with movement of body. Not just in your practice, intentional practice. When you walk down the street, in your everyday activities, be conscious of your movement. Be conscious of the sensations that is touching your perceived skin. Be aware of your breath in relations to the movement. Notice your voice if you speak in these times. Notice the correlation of movements. Of course, my dear one, it may take practice to notice each step and each process in its own form. But this is why you are here. And as you practice this mindful movement of breath, you are activating more freedom within you. For you are no longer bound by the human conditioning, by the human illusion, by this practice, by extending it in your everyday life. You will start to see others in oneness. You will start to see yourself more in the fluidity of delusion, in the fluidity, in the co-creation, in the fluidity of the creation of the universe. You will start to see the boundaries shift. You will start to see what perceived as physical reality to be a blended energy dance. You will start to perceive this one step at a time when you start to remember that there is no physical boundaries. When you start to remember that it's all projections of the one. It is a process, and this process taps into this God creativity that you all have. So practice this in every way that you were called to, due to your unique energy signature. This is different for everybody. Fact that you are drawn to dance is your way of accessing the source heartbeat of all that is. But practice this, embracing this. Start in small steps and expand outwards into your everyday life. The feeling that you feel is freedom. Freedom is who you truly are. It is in freedom where you align to your grace state, where you align to oneness. These are all techniques and steps to align to oneness, to allow you to play creatively in this game of duality, but also embracing the remembering that you are one. It is a time of great remembering, and you are here to expand this consciousness by doing this practice actively in your conscious awareness. You will create ripples throughout your existence in the multiverse, but create ripples throughout the human collective's consciousness and all that is, for you are all connected. You will start to see all is connected to you, that all is you, for you are source. And this is the process of being aware of the energies that consists of your human body, that exists throughout your illusion, through the sight, through the breath, through sound. You can tap into these truths of who you truly are. Be creative with it. Creativity is you accessing your God creation. It is through the creative game where you expand into oneness, my dear one.
Thank you. Inevitably, while we are shifting and moving things that were stuck with the movement, with the sound and tension, things present themselves in a physical way sometimes. The pain in the body, certain emotions that are uncomfortable. How do you suggest we alchemize everything that comes up in the process, including the body aches as we move?
Through light and sound, a powerful energy is available to you. Tapping into the life force, your divine stream that connects you and all that is. For it is only in the illusion of the physical body that you experience this illness, that you experience this contrast. So draw on the energies of source, draw on these energies that creates worlds, that creates universes, and it's all accessible from within. For within you, when you connect to your source self, you connect to the energies of the universe. It is through sound. Sound and light is the foundation of all energies. Through using these techniques, you will be able to alchemize and let go of the illusion within your body to allow you to remember oneness. And in remembering of oneness, there is no need to have the physical illness, for you remember that you are perfect and whole. With techniques, with all techniques, it is about connecting with the heart center. Visualization is an effective tool here in the human creative experience, for allows you to bypass the ego mind It allows you to use your imagination. It allows you to tap more into the source stream, and what you see as your imagination, what you may see as something made up as a creative, imaginative game, is truth in the higher perspective. It just allows that freedom to allow that symbolized symbol, that symbolized image to come into your conscious awareness. It is an anchor and a tool for you to assist you to go further inwards, that gives you a validation in your human experiencing that the work that you are doing is effective, and that you are actioning something, and that you are not making up something. This is all part of the creative game. So with this, go within, make your intentions. Intentions are energy. Intentions imprints energy. Make your intentions. Intentions are powerful in the human experiencing, because it is not quite understood to disregard intentions. With your intentions, you are already imprinting energy and releasing the old to bring in the new in your terminology. Start with that. Use the breath. You can use the creative game here any way you like. That's unique to your energy signature. With this channel and with teachings, she comes through her with her own personal remembering techniques. She envisions the golden light, the divine flame, entering through the crown of her head into her heart center. You may do this also, or you may choose another creative endeavor in this way. Whatever color, whatever form comes into your imaginative creative processes, for it is for you, for a reason, for a purpose. Once this energy is in your heart center, visualize. We would say a foundational first step. If you are unable to visualize the light assigned to your energy signature, use the color of gold, color of eternal divine light that symbolizes source, that symbolizes the divine flame within. Visualize this flame within your heart center, this internal divine flame. Envision it. Go further inwards into it. Feel the flame. Feel the heartbeat that is within this. This is where you connect to your source self. And this is where you express and alchemize all illusion. This is where you integrate and activate the energies to allow you to align more to oneness, to allow you to remember who you truly are, that is in perfect health. Once you're in this state of consciousness with the breath, noticing the breath through your being, exhaling, using the breath, feeling the breath, project your heart energies through your breath. For you expressing source energy, this is the creation of all universes. This is the creation of all that is. This powerful force also allows you to let go of the programming that no longer serves you within the illusion. Once you're further into this state of consciousness, aligned to your breath, aligned to source love that you eternally are, once you're in that connected space, then let go and allow your heart to sing. Do not judge it, for it is coming through you in a unique way according to your energy signature. Allow it to pass through you, through the heart center. This is a pathway to freedom. And as you release this energy, you are alchemizing through light and love, through the foundational energy blocks, And this energy allows you to connect to your source self. It allows your DNA in your human body within the illusion to align more to the oneness state. As a result, you may feel changes in your physical body. You may have the sensations, but you may not. It is all relations to your state of awareness. Use the breath and go with what you are guided to do. Do not try to guide it with the ego mind, with the persona. Allow it to channel through you in a way that is unique to you. And it will be unique to you because of your guides, because of, we would say, your pre-birth intentions, what you came to chose to explore here, because of your soul imprints, we would say. So allow this to guide you in ever creative way that serves you. The energies will go to release the old programming. It will assist your body to recalibrate to the oneness state of perfection. It is a process, and as a process, one must let go of the old in your terminology. It is a process. Listen to your body. If your body is in rest, then rest. Everything is for you. Mighty One, with the voice, when you activate these techniques, you are activating the primordial energies of your universe, of your creation. This is how you were created, how the universes were created, through sound and light with intention. You are the gods. So act on the God creator that you are and create the oneness that you are. This will activate your divine blueprint. It'll activate the remembering. And in the remembering, you are perfect. It is this process of remembering. This is all the processes. It is the releasement to allow freedom, to allow the activation to occur in love.
Thank you. It makes perfect sense about remembering that you are actually in good health already. And would you please share any information as to how the Hathors influenced the Hathor as a goddess in terms of sound, the use of sound as a civilization, and how it was used in the Hathor temples? And I've come across a lot of information following different threads lately. And there was a mention of sacred geometry during the movement and use of sound in the Hathor temples, for example. Is there anything you can share that could benefit us?
The Hathor temples in your perceived past exist in a state of consciousness that is no longer needed, my dear one. To remember the oneness perfection state that you are, it is to explore the inner temple in the now, in this time continuum. All this information is within you, but to go into your perceived past to explore such creative dreams is to, we would say, stay limited. Yes, it might be exciting for you and it might create a thread of excitement. You may be following the pebble stones, we would say, to allow you to be here right now, to remember that the Hathors is all experiencing, it is all coming through in the now. Certain techniques and abilities in these perceived periods of time where there was heightened state of consciousness was adapted to that state of consciousness. So those techniques are no longer relevant for the here and now in your time continuum because you are more expanded. It is a common human experience that you see the world as it is now is not as advanced. So you seek to look at the traditions of the past as highly advanced and to use such techniques. But my dear one, any accessing the dimensions of your perceived past allows you to tap into a limited version of yourself, to tap into all the wisdom since this perceived time in the multiverse. is to bring it into the now. So yes, in your perceived time, we can honor these creative dreams, in that there are many techniques. The Hathors did came through many. They're multidimensional beings that have been there since the creative journey of all that is. It was as the identity as Hathor, it was the intention for them to be the human representative to come through in this way, for existed in a human appearance. Of course, my dear ones, there have been many others that's come through as a human vessel to come through and bring forth these teachings of the Hathors. You call this as a representative of Goddess Hathor, but there has been many. These teachings, to bring them into the now, is using this source energy, is using the energy that exists within the universe. And if you choose and if you're inspired to bring similar practices in the now, then so be it. But just know the practices that have existed is no longer needed. For time and space has expanded in your time continuum, in your perception. The abilities, the techniques that once existed has been expanded upon. And this is why we are coming through in this way. You are able to access this information. You are able to access the foundations of these techniques because you align to that state of consciousness in oneness. But you are more expanded than ever before. So let go of any notions of learning from the past, because it's a creative story, and the creative story is an illusion, and it's all in the now. My dear one, if you feel guided to invoke the Hathors, then so be it. It is in the movement of dance, in the movement of divine feminine energies was, we would say, a very beneficial developmental evolution in your human evolution, and this is why it was concentrated on in your perceived timelines, to ignite the free flow of freedom, which is our feminine quality. It is the letting go of control and allowing the freedom and the grace to flow through, and to expand the consciousness of all that is, to expand the consciousness of the human experiencing through both the male and the female body systems. There has been many techniques, many forms coming through human vessels, many beings. What we speak here is the foundation of this, and it is up to you. If you are drawn to this, then be creative in your own techniques. Bring a new way of bringing techniques into a new powerful co-creation with your brothers and sisters. This is up to you. We would say if you're inspired, then we can bring forth certain things that have already been experienced, but you are more powerful than that. Your consciousness is more powerful than that. Let go of the ego mind and the learnings. You have this information within you. If you were drawn to this, you have this information. If you are meant to bring this information forth in this creative dance of physical reality in the now, then go within and be creative with it. Do not compare it. Experiment with it. Be creative with it. All energies, patterns. Yes, you speak of this in sacred geometry. There are movements in dance that allows them to tap more into the energies of who they are. And this is the process, and this is the process that we speak to you today. It is just one step at a time for you to awaken all the wisdom within you that is already there, for you to embrace more techniques in your creative, unique way of source expression, is to start from step one, is to start this expression with these techniques. And then with time, in divine time, you will be guided to further use this. If you are called to do it, new creative ways to do it in the now, not based on the past, not based on early learnings. Any learnings of now need to be expanded upon. because it is time of great expansion, never before experienced here on your existence. So let go of what has been and be in the now, for you are playing the creative game. You are a God creator. So believe in your own abilities. Allow you to feel worthy of it, for you are worthy of it. You do not have to use learnings of the past to utilize this. You are worthy of bringing forth so much more if you believe it. It is about opening your heart and allow the wisdom of the Hathors and all that is to come through you. Everyone can access this. We have been here assisting you from your creation. We've come through many different ways to assist in your belief systems. So we've come through in creative ways to assist you to integrate this, remembering to integrate this information into your creative experience. But because it is a time of great awakening, of the great remembering, you are ready to take further part in this creative process. It is not about learning, it is about remembering. It is about unlearning, and the rest will reveal to you. But you do not trust it. And this is a common perception, a common human experiencing within your kind. You do not trust yourself and your abilities, so you search for ways to fill in the dots. You search for ways to start experiencing such feelings, such creative expressions, because you do not feel you're worthy enough to bring in more forms, more expanded forms of experiencing oneness. But know that you are worthy. Know that it is within you. Allow it to flow through you. It will be realized into your remembering. Let go of any stories that has been. Be in the now. Everything shifts and changes in relations to the multidimensional universe, in relations to consciousness expansion. All is expanded. Be in the now. This is where your power lies. We wish to come through to teach you the power of the now, the power of oneness. For this is where your true power lies, and this is where true freedom lies, and this is our intention to show you freedom. Freedom is letting go. It is not learning anything in the intellectual mind, mighty one. It is about the releasing this software to allow the remembering to be released that is already within you. If you are drawn to such teachings, if you're drawn to such dance, then you can know that you are drawn to experiment further in this creative dance in relation to it. We give you these foundational stepping stones for you to be creative with it. For you are the God creators. You are now ready to step forth into that God creator precision. Perhaps in states of consciousness in your perceived time, your consciousness was not at a state ready to be full sovereign. So we would guide and give steps. But now it is time of great awakening where you are the God creators. We will guide you into your internal temple. We are here to teach you to trust the teachings that will be revealed to you in your inner temple. Do you trust it? Do you trust your inner temple, mighty one? It is all there. It is all there. Let go of all the stories in your creative expression of human experience. You have entered into the oneness state. It is all there. It is all accessed within. Mighty one, sacred geometry is the shapes that create your illusion of reality. They are energy shapes within the universe. You can experiment with this. We would say the movement of energy at its foundational way is to allow that freedom. It is an action. Sacred geometry is the shapes of the energy blocks. It is always existing. The purpose of the geometry, the way it is formulated, is no needed to be required for your state of expansion, for it is eternal, for it is ever present. Know that it is there. Know that it is source code. Know that it's part of the creative expression of your universe. It is the movement of this. It is the movement of light and sound. Be in the now. Where you are right now, in the now, is your most powerful point of time. You may not see this because you are not seeing the true power that you are in the times of oneness states consciousness, in the parallel timelines. Consciousness of man has aligned to oneness, more to oneness in your perception, and because of that they felt more powerful. And because of this, tapping into this alignment, there is an urge to tap into these timelines to feel more powerful, to have some guidance. But all the guidance is in the now. It's about trusting yourself. And once you can fully trust yourself, you release the remembering of freedom. It is in this trusting of who you are that you are worthy and that you'll be guided where true freedom lies. It is the inner temple. It is in the now. All the multidimensional exists in the now. We wish to teach from the now, for now is your powerful portal to access your source self. Mighty One, use the techniques that you've been guided to use, but do it from the heart, not from instruction. You may use this as a stepping stone from instruction from others to allow you to get closer to the realization that you have this already within you. Use this as a tool, but not as your teacher. The teacher is within. You are the internal teacher. We are you. We speak, but we are you. We project in this way because this form of duality allows you to hear our message more freely, with detachment. If we were to come forth and say, we were you, and for you to believe we were you, you may disregard this message because you put importance of the gods, you put importance of something outside of yourself. We come through in this way. But my dear one, we are you. You are one. You are God. Can't you see the power is within you? Believe in the power. Be creative. Do not compare with any creative stories in your existence, in your perceived timelines, for it is all shifted. All is energy, and all energy must move and change. And because the expansion of the universe has expanded to such a point that all stories have shifted. Mighty One, be in the now. Process your fears and the letting go in the now. You access your multidimensional being and all powers in the now. Mighty One, the Hathors are you. We are you. We are assisting you to teach in these lessons. These teachings are the remembering. This teaching, these words that we speak is you to allow this remembering to come into your conscious awareness one step at a time. You do not want to know the full picture because in your state of expansion, it'll be too much to comprehend in your present now. And as such, you will not be able to feel yourself as worthy and as powerful. And this is why we teach in this way. We teach in accordance to divine time, in accordance to alignment of consciousness for what you are ready to hear and what you are ready to integrate, not just in the ego mind, but for you to integrate it and to allow you to feel worthy of it, to allow you to feel powerful of it. It is not just having the knowledge, having all the knowledge without integrating it, without releasing it, without releasing the old, without connecting it to your heart space, without connecting it to the source of all that is, you will not feel worthy. And it'll become another intellectual story. My dear one, it is about experiencing the knowledge, having this knowledge to awaken the remembering and to feel it in your heart center, to know that you're worthy. The main two things to allow you to feel freedom is to feel worthy, to feel powerful. And it's within these techniques where you start to remember this for yourself. You do not have to go in the different timelines to feel this power. You are this powerful being in the now. Remember that you are in the now. You may look around you, and because of your life reality, you may not see yourself as powerful because you see the illusion. You see society, you see your life in a way that looks like less expanded. You may experience illness in your body. You may experience fear in your reality. So you judge it as not a powerful life experience. But it is the most powerful life experience you can ever have lived. It is in the now. It is such a powerful game of co-creation where you have the power. So use these techniques. Use it in your intentional practice and use it in your everyday life to see your world shift to that of oneness.
Thank you. That helps.
My dear one, know that we love you, for we are you. Practice each step. How are you going with releasing the heart, my dear one? When you take these intentional steps of movement, are you letting go?
Yes. I do use those forms of dance, and I do it in a group. So it involves a lot of letting go of judgment of yourself and sometimes of others, and seeing the whole group as an organism rather than of unity, rather than individuals expressing themselves, which they are simultaneously as well. And the only way to dance like this is through the heart, I found. And the movements that come sometimes make no sense to the rational mind. The guidance you get during this time sometimes makes no sense, but if you follow it, there seems to be a great shift. And you feel it in the group as well, not just within yourself. So it's a great example of trying to practice non-duality as much as possible. I do find that movement and sound is a great access to that heart space, and also what's in the way of that as well, because things do come up, and I mentioned the physical symptoms or emotional symptoms, and sometimes you get guided to use certain healing techniques that you were not even aware existed, or just to stop, to basically to not use the judgment, rational or logical mind. Sometimes you can just sit down in the middle of the dance and use stillness just because you're called for it, and integrate things. And I find it's really quite a powerful technique personally. And the hardest thing during this, I find, and I think a lot of people do as well, is to incorporate the sound. I find it is much easier to dance and explore the heart and dance from the heart, and it is the sound that sometimes gets stuck. It's literally, that's where the judgment gets really tested, I find.
Because the sound is so attached to your human conditioning. It is so attached to the ego mind. It is so attached to your persona. To release the sound is to release this, we would say, programming that has been solidified in your consciousness within the illusion. Through the use of vocalizing sound, you are expressing your soul self. You are expressing past the illusion. You are piercing the veil. You're piercing through into oneness. And we would say part of your ego mind, part of the conditioning, may not feel ready for it, may want to hold further along to the illusion. So they resist the expression of true sound from the heart, because it is the fear of the unknown. It is the fear of knowing who they really are. That's why sound can be very powerful, because it is the releasement. It is the showing of who you really are. It is about being completely vulnerable, not who you are in your persona, your identity. By expressing true sound from the heart center, you are showing who you are, that is source. And many times you are not ready to see yourself as source because you judge yourself as a source expression. For there is much judgment in the human conditioning, but this is in this process where it becomes so powerful, where you are able to let go. And these techniques that come to you is the remembering. The sound unlodges this programming. The sound allows energies within your being to vibrate at a certain way, to release certain programming that limits your access to freedom, that limits your access to the oneness state in your conscious awareness. Combining sound and light is a very powerful force, especially through in duality perspectives, to the divine feminine. For it is a releasement of grace. It is a releasement of freedom. It is a call to freedom. It is a call to remember your sovereign self. It is a call to remember oneness. This is what sound activates within you and the consciousness. For the human evolution has been much control and control systems, but you have wanted this. You have wanted this expression of life to allow you to experience freedom, for you to feel freedom, to feel the power and the bliss of freedom is first to experience confinement. And this is what the human evolution has been playing with. So sound allows you to tap more into the freedom of who you think you are, freedom from the persona, freedom from the limitations you feel that is upon you from society. It allows you to tap into the freedom, and it allows you to tap into your grace state, the internal source heartbeat within you that allows for perfection to be expressed in your conscious awareness, for you are already perfect. But these sounds allows the illusion of your physical body to align to that of which is already is, and that is freedom, and that is grace, and that is perfection, and that is power. So we ask you to continue these movements, continue these practices, for you are called to do so. Remember to let go and use these practices now in your everyday life. And every time you experience movement, every time you use the creative dance in your life, even your day tasks where you might not see as quite spiritually inclined, for all is a spiritual game, all is a dance of creation, all of it. You have that choice to compartmentalize your expressions of these movements, or you have a choice to use these techniques in every aspect of your life. The choice is yours. You've always had the choice. You've always had the choice to feel free. But it is about unlocking the internal temple within. It is there where freedom has always lied. It is there where your power always lies. My dear one, we love you. We are eternally one. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss before we finish here today?
I believe we can stop here, despite many questions that might arise. Thank you.
It is our honor to come through in this way. Remember that we are you, we are one, we are source. We know it can be challenging to see oneness when your illusion reflects duality, but you are going through the shift, you are going through the great evolution of man, you are going through the great remembering. So utilize these oneness practices to utilize grace, to utilize freedom, which is the pure grace state. Allow these to infiltrate all areas of your life, and then you will experience true oneness in your everyday life. You will start to remember who you are. You will start to remember the worthiness, powerful being that you are, that is source, and that you are the God creator, for you are source. You are perfect expression of source, playing perfectly this creative dance of co-creation. with our love. Farewell.